Welcome everyone to Braveheart Nation, a Doc of Detox show. And today's show is emotional intelligence for life, okay? The Braveheart way. Today we're going to be discussing the 12 self-loving steps, okay? And remember something, I said the 12 self-loving steps. I did not say the 12 loving steps, okay? Because first and foremost, we need to learn how to love ourselves, because you know what? You can't give what you're not. And people do not get this. Look, I got to tell you, the majority of the world, look, almost the whole world believes in love, but most of the world have a really hard problem and they push back on self-love because that's just selfishness. And how could you be so selfish, Darrell? Well, if you really knew me, you would know that I was raised in a very Christian family, and I don't go around telling what my religion is. I tell you what I've learned from the things that I learned when I was being raised, okay? And, you know, that which I follow for me was total self-love. And it was about unconditional love. It was about total unconditional forgiveness for myself and for others. It's the only way that we can find peace on this earth. If you really think, you know, if I have to hear one person say that we go to war to find peace, I think I'm just going to I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, the only peace is inner peace. You can't go to war with something and we're going to fight for peace. Please. Okay, we won't get into that today, but understand something. What we are going to get into today is the Braveheart way. And the Braveheart way is inner peace. The Braveheart way is finding your mighty roar. That mighty roar comes from your heart, okay? Comes from your spirit. You know, when we say that person is so spirited, well, that's because they're full of heart. They're full of love. They're full of joy. They're connected to their creator and they're connected to their faith. There are so many different types of religions out there, but if you're totally connected to your faith, totally connected to that which is total love, then you know what? Then your life will become something that is a joy every minute and every moment. So understand something. The Braveheart way is 12 steps, 12 self-loving steps for total forgiveness for oneself and for others. Understand, love is the answer. I know that. I know that. People go around saying it enough, don't they? Don't they? It's on every badge. But let me tell you something. Self-love is the cure. And I will prove it today. And I don't mind. You want to call up? Phone number is 855-900-4544. Call up and challenge me on what I'm saying. I'm okay with that. I know that I stand out because I'm different, okay? I know the way I talk is different. I know that people are going to have trouble with the way I talk. But at the end of the day, ask yourself, what am I trying to sell you? Am I trying to sell you on a religion? No. Am I trying to sell you on my new cult? No, don't have a cult. Am I trying to sell you on just that you are a beautiful, amazing human being? You are a light energy being, that you deserve the best life that, you know what, you were promised it since the minute you got here. So where is it? Who can you make accountable for it? Everybody's going to look after your health care. Everybody's going to look after your heart. Everybody's going to look after you. Well, nobody's looking after you. You got to look after yourself. People who love you, but there's nobody that's going to love you or look after you like you. There's no one going to be able to give health care to you than you, better than you. It's all about you finding the authentic you inside and finding bravery. Wait a minute, you can't find bravery. But what you can do is you can face your fears and push through them. You can push through your fears. Think about the things that you fear, and the bigger the dream, the bigger the goal, the bigger the change in your life that can make your life different, that can turn your life on, you're going to fear it, and you don't need to. You need to push through it. Just know that I am here for you. That's why we have this show. That's why we have the Braveheart online training. Because understand something, your thoughts are everything, and we're going to go through that. So understand, call in. The phone number's up online right now. Everyone listening today has a question, because if you did not, you would not be on the show. Your questions matter, not just to you, but to others, because everybody is looking for health and happiness. Oh, they're looking for wealth too, you know. Wealth, health, and happiness. Why not? Why can't you have it all? There's an abundance of everything on this planet, and anybody tells you that we lack anything on this planet, they are lying to you, okay? Or they've been lied to, and all they're doing is perpetuating the lie, like we don't do that. The majority of the population perpetuates the lie that we are not deserving, that we are less than we are, and I'll tell you, that needs to stop today. It needs to stop today. So, again, here's the call-in number. It's 888-570.
9445.
Is it 570?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, 888-570-9445. I said it wrong the first time. Okay, and like I said, just remember your questions matter. But before we start, I would like to let everyone know that if you can't watch our shows live, you can go to docofdetoxshow.com and you can watch all the past shows. Or go to Doc of Detox YouTube channel. I think it's actually Dr. Darrell Wolfe YouTube channel and Dr. Darrell Wolfe Facebook, okay? On YouTube channel, you can actually put the show into the language you like. You can slow it down if I'm speaking too fast, which sometimes I do. I get a little bit more passionate and get a little bit carried away, okay? And you can put it in the word of your choice, okay? All right. So a couple little things before we get on here. We are doing Australia in Adelaide, Australia. Our courses are on February the 1st, and they start February the 1st to February the 12th. And what it is we're going to be teaching over there Wolfe Deep Tissue. It's 7 days. And then we're going to be teaching Wolfe Non-Surgical for 4 days. We have 2 spots left. If anybody knows anyone that would like to join, jump on aboard, okay? And then we're going to be doing our Kelowna trainings. We'll be doing Whole Life Coach Certification May 4th to 10th, 7 days. Then we'll be doing Wolfe Deep Tissue Certification from May the 12th to the 18th, okay? And then we'll be doing the non-surgical certification from the 21st to the 24th, okay? And that's May. And then we're going to be in St. Petersburg for a whole month. And it starts on June the 9th, and I'm going to be doing the Wolfe Deep Tissue for 7 days. Then I'm going to be doing the, doesn't start there. It starts on June the 9th. I'm going to be doing the Whole Life Coach for 7 days, and we'll take a 1-day break. Then the Wolfe Deep Tissue for 7 days, take a 2-day break. And then the non-surgical for 4 days. And then I take a 1-day break, and then I come back and I do the Whole Life Coach certification for those people who do not want to take the other courses. We get a lot of people taking the certification courses, though. Professionals in the health field, and then people that aren't professionals, and then people that just want to really learn the best of nutrition and emotional care so that they can help themselves and their family. Okay? All right, and then the upcoming shows on Doc Talk, Wednesday, January 23rd, New World Practitioner Training. That's a closed session for practitioners who want to learn our techniques and want to learn how to emotionally and nutritionally look after their patients, and also with the Wolfe Deep Tissue. January the 28th, Energy Medicine, Flow of Energy Matters, okay? And that'll be with Dr. Marcel Wolfe. And then here, Blue Light, okay? Blue Light 5G Conspiracy. That'll be on February the 13th. Do not miss this. Please do not miss this. I'm going to be giving you information you do not have about 5G and blue light that I promise you you're going to want, okay? You're going to want it because I'll tell you, right now with 5G and blue light, do you know what corporations are calling this? The harvest. I'll let you decide and let you think about what they're talking about, okay? What do you think they mean by the harvest, all right? Okay, so for everybody out there, today it's the Braveheart Way. That's what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to be highlighting how to become a Braveheart, how to find your mighty roar, how to find your authentic self, that true self. And before we start, I'm going to let everybody know that about our Braveheart online emotional training for life. And it is for life. Once you join, you're on it for life. And Braveheart, the training is always morphing and changing. It's about a 32-hour training. You just take it at your own pace. There's no rush. You've got the rest of your life. Gentle baby steps. On it, you're going to find, I go through everything from health, wealth, relationships, emotion, exercise, nutrition. It's all there. And it all shows how everything stems back to the emotional part of the body. What do you think? $97 and you're on for a lifetime. And then, of course, we have the Braveheart Nation show every 2 weeks that you can call in and ask questions. Okay? All right. So let's talk about the Braveheart way. Let's talk about your emotions, okay? Let's start off with the domino effect of thoughts, all right? Okay, so I'm going to talk about a few things before we get into the 12 self-loving steps, okay, to kind of set the foundation here, all right? So what do? Okay, so I've said this before, but for you newcomers, it'll be fresh. I'm going to take it slow. And for those of you that have watched many times, you need to get this because you have no habits unless they've been repeated 10,000 times. And it's the prominent thoughts that rule or fool you and school you. And guess what? Your prominent thoughts make up your personality. So if you don't like your reality, you got to change your personality. So let's get to it. So the first thing is we see everything in an image. Like I've said before, you're the director, you're the producer, you're the writer, okay? You're the editor, okay? And guess what? You're the superstar of your show. And you know what? You can change your character at any time. And you know what? The show can have the basis of a romance. It can have the basis of a drama. You're so dramatic, okay? It could have the basis of a terror because guess what? We live in terrorism. Oh no, I think we just terrorize ourselves and our corporations and government does a good job of that, don't they? Okay? I really haven't seen too many real terrorists around here except for my mind sometimes and maybe the TV or the news, which I will never watch. Okay, so understand something. So you can have a drama, you could have a terror for a movie, for a life, okay? Or you could have a comedy, or you could have a romance, or you could have the adventure of your life and become the hero that saves the day, not just for you, but for your family. What do you think about that? So understand something. Don't tell me that you haven't got a choice. Don't tell me that you haven't got what it takes. You've been programmed to believe you don't have a choice. You've been programmed to believe that you don't have what it takes. Listen to me. I'm no better than anyone else, and you can ask the not hundreds, but thousands of practitioners that have taken my courses if they can learn what I know and if they can do better. And guess what? And you know what? One of my main practitioners, one of my main trainers is Abby Michelle. She's the head nutritionist here. She's out doing a PTT. She texted me and she says, you know what? I so want to thank you, Darrell, for this opportunity. My life is amazing. I can't believe how I'm helping people. I want to be the best I can be. I want to be better than you, and I know I can. And guess what I said to myself? Wow. She's amazing. She's amazing. Because you need to know that you have unlimited potential. Every one of you. And it's only 8 inches away. Oops, right here. In between your fingers. 8 inches away. Okay? So, image creates thought. What do you think? So what do you imagine? Where's your imagination? Do you have a beautiful imagination? Or are you terrorizing yourself? Or are you belittling yourself because you think you should do that because you're just not worthy? Okay? So image creates thought. Thought creates what? Well, emotion. This planet is known as the planet of emotions. It stands for energy and motion. Hey, come on. Planet Earth. It's a life-threatening, fun-filled adventure for the whole family. And if you don't learn how to master your emotions, they master you and they're going to take you down so fast it's going to make your head spin. I bet your head's spinning already. Okay. Take a look when somebody gets cancer in a family. Okay? The whole family goes ballistic. And then they actually end up terrorizing the cancer patient until the cancer patient is no longer here. That was all programmed. Did you ever notice something? That those people asking for your money, especially the Cancer Association, okay, the more money they get, the more cancer we have. There might be a clue there. There might be a clue. So, image creates thought. Thought creates emotion, energy and motion. What did Einstein say? Einstein said what? Energy becomes matter. E equals mc squared. There you go. So then what happens? That emotion then causes the release of chemicals. Those chemicals will be decided by the vibratory level of your image. What was the image you have for yourself? What is the image that you have for your family? What is the image you have for me? Do you dislike me right now? If you do, then guess what? You're dumping negative chemicals. And if you hate me, whoa, you're probably dumping adrenaline, cortisol so much. So understand something, when we hate someone, we take the poison pill thinking it's actually going to hurt them, but we hurt ourselves. Look, I didn't tell you to fall in love with everyone, but I'll tell you, it wouldn't hurt to unconditionally love everyone, but you don't have to cozy up to everyone's beliefs, because that's where we run into problems. Okay, so now you've got what? You've got image, which becomes thought, thought, which becomes emotion. Emotion creates a frequency. Frequency triggers different chemicals. Depending on what the chemicals are, you're either healing yourself or making yourself sick. Why? Because you have to have a sick mind before you have a sick body. Okay, I didn't say you were sick in the mind like... I said that you have thoughts that are toxic. And toxic thoughts would be sick thoughts, which would cause a sick body. So, when we have something repeated to us enough, whether it's good or bad, it becomes a prominent thought. Understand something. If I have to listen to somebody going on and bantering about how some country's going to attack us or how the end of the world's coming, come on, look at all the stuff that we have to listen to, negative. Even, did you hear about Martha? How families talk about each other negatively? Even to that, I will have no part of it. I have no part of it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave the room. I'm going to leave the house. I'm going to leave the party. I'm going to turn off the switch. I'm going to walk out of that lecture. You know what? I'm going to decide what I want vibrationally in my life. I'm going to be the master of my life. I'm going to choose. Do you choose? Did you know that you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around with? I want you to put a mini you on your shoulder, and then I want you to follow you around. And I want you to look how you think and look how you talk. And then I want to ask you, are you an inspiration to this creation we call life? Are you an inspiration to yourself? Are you an inspiration to others? Do you leave smiles wherever you go? Do you smile without a need of smiling? Do you walk around with a slight smile on your face, knowing that you were created and that you will exist forever? And that when you smile, you raise your pH. When you smile, you raise your oxygen levels. When you smile, you raise your frequencies and you heal. Look, even if you're totally depressed and sad and angry right now, put a smile on your face. And then get connected to the lion heart breathing, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out. Put your shoulders back. Sit up straight. Put your chin up a little bit. 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out. Put a slight smile. Now think about the worst thing that could ever happen, and don't you dare let that smile come off your face. Keep that smile on your face. Think about the worst thing that can happen. Keep smiling, keep breathing, shoulders back, chin up. Do you notice how it didn't bother you? Now put your head down, put a really bad face on, and breathe bad, and then think about the worst thing that can happen, and guess what? It's happening right now. Think about something that happened in the past, put a miserable face on, Breathe quickly and shallow. Round your shoulders. Put your head slightly down. And guess what? You've taken that which is in the past. You've dumpster dived, grabbed that garbage, brought it into the present, and now you're reliving the whole thing. Every time you talk about the death of a loved one and how bad it's made you feel, and you keep bringing that up, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't feel it in your heart, but should you have your heart torn apart? Or should you realize that we are eternal light energy beings, and that being has left. They have left their body behind. They've not left you. We are all together here in this. We are all one. And that's why I talk about unconditional love. That's why I don't talk about my faith and religion. I don't do that. I'm embracing everyone on this planet because we are all brothers and sisters. So you've heard about the domino effect of thoughts. Now, did you know that from 0 to 7, you, have no choice? That's the only time in life that you have no choice about your thinking. 0 to 7. So you better hope you have great parents. But guess what? When we're parents, we're called what? Adults. And what are we called? Adulterated. Adulteration. That's what we do to children. And that's what pretty well every family I've ever seen that's ever come through my doors or that I've known or that I've counseled, we all do it. I did it to my children. So 0 to 7, our children they live by their autonomic nervous system, which means that everything we say, we're brainwashing them, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You come home, you have a fight with your wife. Your child is going to think that it's their problem, that they did it. Think about it. When you were younger, you did too. Listen, if I had my choice and I was the king of everything, I would make sure that nobody was allowed to come together and have children unless they learned unconditional love for themselves and for each other. It's a little deeper than that. I wish everybody would take my Braveheart. I really, truly do. It would change the world. And it's not because I did it. It's because I got wonderful information over the 37 years that I've been doing this. And I put this Braveheart together thanks to all the people that have schooled me, that have taught me, and have shown me that it's okay to want to have the perfect day. Okay, so understand that your children don't have a choice from 0 to 7. And then guess what? You spend the rest of your life not knowing that you were brainwashed, that you need to go in like any other garden and you need to weed it. You need to take those weeds out. Remember something. Did you know that it is estimated that 70-90% of our prominent beliefs are negative and they're tearing us apart? Well, look, I don't know how could you not know that? Statistically, 80% of the population has diabetes, 80% of the population is overweight or obese. Okay, 1 out of every 2 people will have cancer if they believe they're a statistic and they don't want to learn the Braveheart day to create the perfect way. You know, just because most of the world doesn't do what I'm saying and they do what other things are saying, I think we know not to go that way. Don't follow the herd or you're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt really bad, okay? So let's get back to the mind, okay? For most people, it's a landmine, okay? God love them all, but it's a landmine, you know? Do you ever correct yourself and say, no, that's the old me, or, you know, I teach this. 3, 2, 1, I got this, okay? 3, 2, 1, I got this. So let's understand something. Your conscious mind, okay, which is only 10% of your mind, which is at the front base of your brain, is the CEO. And unless you're in your conscious mind, you're not in the present moment. If you're not in the present moment, then you're not going to get the right messages from your super consciousness or that which created you. You're not going to get the correct answers, so you're going to end up making bad decisions. Okay? All right? So then you have your subconscious mind, which is 90% of your brain, which houses your prominent beliefs. And understand something, your subconscious mind does not care if your beliefs are killing you. They're your prominent beliefs. It doesn't know better. Or if your prominent beliefs are healing you. And understand something, whether you want to bring in a belief that's going to heal you and change your life, make it amazing, if it's brand new and if it gets you excited, then it's going to try to cause fear and make you go into anxiety. And when you go into anxiety, you go into fear, and guess what? You just missed out on another opportunity to grow the only way we can, which is, what is the only way we can grow? We can only grow consciously. Well, some people have shown that they can grow big, but that's not the way you want to grow. The only way that we can grow and meant to grow is consciously. When you grow consciously, then life becomes great. So understand, 90% of your brain is your subconscious. 10% of your brain is your conscious mind. Now, guess what? When you repeat a habit long enough and when you repeat a belief long enough and strong enough, it becomes a habit. Do you know when it becomes a habit? When you can put your pants on in the dark and you're not even thinking about it. When you can make coffee and can't remember making the coffee. When you go to the washroom and you don't remember even going to the washroom, or driving to work. Wow, how did I get here? That's called a habit. That's where 50 trillion cells in your body have all decided to agree to what you've just learned, because you have done it 10,000 times. That's why a cancer patient will not heal so fast. That's why somebody with a chronically ill disease, autoimmune disease, will not heal so fast, even if you give them really good vibrational nutrients, because the body believes that the habit of being sick, not at ease with a disease, is the way to live. Did you get that? It's not just in your subconscious, it's now gone into your unconscious brain, which is your body. That's why you're able to walk without thinking. So your body will take on illnesses in certain parts of the body due to certain emotions. I'm telling you, whether you've got an ankle problem, whether you've got a shoulder problem, a throat problem, a brain problem, or any other problem, there is emotional attachment to every physical problem that you have. And this is what we teach people. I'll make it really quick. So we're made out of 7 billion particles. Those particles are 99.9999996 empty space. That means that they're basically just empty space, every particle. Those particles, those 7 billion particles, are vibrating, and they're not even touching each other, but you think I'm solid. Those particles, remember, are mainly empty space, but they're not. Those are light, it's light energy, frequency. So mess around with your thought, your images, and then your thoughts, your emotions, to create low-grade frequency, and guess what? It's not me. How about hundreds of different researchers have said that cancer is turned on by a frequency and turned off by a frequency, that every disease in the body is turned on by a frequency and turned off by a frequency. Hey, you can turn people off by a frequency and you can turn them on by a frequency, because we are frequency beings. So, welcome to the 12 self-loving steps. All right, so before we start, remember what I said? Everybody walks around and says love is the answer. I'm saying yes, it is. And it always will be. But self-love is the cure for you on an individual basis, okay? All right? Until you have unconditional love for yourself, how can you have it for other people? You're just going to sit in judgment of them. And when you sit in judgment of them, guess what? You're going to have what? You're going to have what? You're going to have a broken heart. You're going to have an empty heart. Oh, my heart is in pieces. She left me. Okay, why do you think heart attack is the main killer on this planet? We are emotional beings. And the biggest emotional beating organ in the body that is the most prominent, powerful, is your heart. So have an empty heart. Have a broken heart. Give your power away and let somebody allow you to break your heart into pieces and see how that is. What about angina? How many people have angina? You're starving yourself from oxygen. You know what? I'm going to tell you a really short story. I had it up on Facebook. But you know what? Take a look at people and you find out, even if you're right-handed, a lot of people, the left side over the heart, you're going to find it higher. And that needs to be worked on. It's like fibrous scar tissue calcification and crystallization has got a grip right around your heart. That's angina. That's a heart attack. Meanwhile, I hope you know that over 90% of the people that get rushed to the hospital, they think they're having a heart attack. They're not. They're having a broken heart attack. Okay? They're having an empty heart attack. They're having a my heart is in pieces attack. All right. So let's move on. So as long as we're out of alignment, okay, the things that we're going to feel are pain, inflammation, swelling, and guess what? Those three things, that's your body trying to heal because of trauma. You'll always find that when you're in anxiety and you're in trauma, okay, when you're in anxiety and you're in trauma, you don't feel anything. You feel your adrenaline. You feel your heart pumping. You feel all this energy. And then soon as the trauma or the terror, okay, starts to chill out, you're exhausted. And then you get sick. So understand something. When you supposedly get sick, you're getting well. Say that to me. Come on, say it back to me. When I get sick, it's when I'm actually getting well. When I'm terrorizing myself, I'm putting myself in hell and I don't feel anything. And then when I bring myself out of hell and I go to calm down and create a little bit of heaven and peace, then I go into a healing called pain, inflammation, and swelling. So the longer and the stronger your dysfunctional beliefs go, and the more you run, the more damage you're going to cause, the more pain and inflammation and swelling you're going to have. It's a hard job trying to love yourself, isn't it? It truly is. How many people out there hang around with people that you know you shouldn't? Call up family members that upset you all the time because you're wishing they would change. How many people here on the way home pick up things and eat things and regret them? How many people here keep getting stressed out and then eating those junk foods and then feeling really bad about eating the junk foods and then laying guilt trips on yourself? Tell me your thoughts don't rule school and fool you. So let's make something really perfectly clear. The C in Cancer stands for corruption, contamination, and conflict. And that's what's going on out there. All right? And understand something. If you truly loved yourself unconditionally, then you would protect yourself, honor yourself, respect yourself. Then you would understand that surgery is aggressive and violent. And you wouldn't be ignoring your body and telling it to shut up with drugs. You would be learning how to love it, which means you got to get trained, which means you've got to come to somebody like us or someone else. But you better learn how to be trained on the perfect day from the minute you wake up until you go to bed on an emotional or physical level. Or guess what? You're just going to go from treatment to treatment. You're going to complain about all the money you're spending. And guess what? That's because training comes before treatment. Training comes before treatment. But the majority of the practitioners out there won't train you because they're scared to give away what they have because they feel they have little value. I'll give you everything I have and more. I'm not comparing myself. I'm not better than anybody else. I'm just trying to tell you that I got that. I got that one part. I need to train everyone. I need to give them the fishing pole so they can catch the fish. Why do you do things that are still not good for you if you think you're in control of your emotions? And the other thing is guess what? Go ahead, don't fill up your own heart. Then you'll be hurt, won't you? When you rely on others, if you only have 10% love for yourself, 15% love with most people don't even have that. They use everybody else to fill up their heart every day because you've been taught that since you were a child. And what happens? You become hurt, don't you? You get hurt a lot. And when you get hurt, guess what? Hurt people end up hurting other people. And those people hurt you back. And those people hurt you back. And that's called the family curse. So, understand, love hurts, but self-love heals. Did you get that? Love hurts, but self-love heals. How about this one? I'm sensitive. She's sensitive. Darrell, you need to be more sensitive. I don't know. I don't know. Do I need to be more sensitive, or do I need to care for my fellow man, fellow woman, fellow beings, and tell them the truth from my heart, and tell them that I love them dearly and that I'm going to tell them the truth? Because guess what? I want them to love themselves. It's not important they love me. If we can get everybody loving themselves, trust me, there will be peace on this world. There will be joy on this world. And there will be health and wealth for everyone. Because when we believe that there's lack, there will be lack. When we have poverty thinking, we will live in poverty. Okay? All right. So let's get started. The first thing before we go into the 12 self-loving steps is this. I'm going to say this. Check out the Braveheart manual. Check out the Braveheart course. Let me ask you a question. If I took $97 from your bank account, some of you, if you tell me that it'll make a huge difference or it's life-threatening, then you definitely need to borrow it and take my course. But $97 is not going to change anyone's lives on a right now, this moment. And I'll tell you what the $97 will do. It'll change your life. It'll change your life. I'm not out to do anything except to unleash the practitioner, the genius, and that beautiful, beautiful spirit from within. That's all I'm out to do. Nothing else. So let's start off. I'm going to give you some tips here so we can work with this. And if anybody wants to call in, feel free to do it. Okay? If we don't get through the 12 loving steps, your questions are more important than us getting through this, because people will get the 12 loving steps in detail, because I have, like I said, I go through everything. I cover everything in all my videos, and there's questionnaires, and there's booklets you're going to read, and then you've got my support. Yeah, my personal support. And it's here every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, I'm here for you. All right? So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to get sticky notes, okay? You can get them in any color you want, pink, yellow, green. So that's what we do is we have pink, yellow, green, and then we'll go pink, yellow, green, pink, yellow, green. And what you do is you get the whole family, okay, to place sticky notes everywhere in the house and the office as gentle, self-loving reminders for you. Because remember, repetition is the master key to set you free. So you want to stick them on the fridge, on your mirror, everywhere. I mean everywhere. Stick these notes, these sticky notes. They are life-changing. So what you're going to do, if you have children, is at eye level, okay, you can see it in my book, Braveheart, but at eye level, you're going to go and put a sticky note, and then about 2 inches over, another one, another one, another one, another one. And we have tons of great sayings for you. Like you can put on the sticky note, 3, 2, 1, I got this. And I'm going to explain what that means, okay? I'm amazing. I'm grateful. I'm beautiful. I'm abundant. My thoughts matter. My thoughts create matter. I am a Braveheart. I am the difference. Where the mind goes, the body follows. My reality is my personality. I am the change I wish to see. Healing is a frequency. I am healed. I am loved. Energy is my greatest asset. Love is the answer. Self-love is the cure. Become the present moment. Find your mighty roar. Do what you love. Find your passion. Live your purpose. Create the perfect day every day. Make them up. Make them up. And you know what? Use your imagination. And with your children, put it at eye level all around their bedroom. And tell them that when you're feeling blue, go around and read these. Okay? What is so wrong? Okay, let me ask you a question. How much would you like your kids to love themselves? Oh, you want them to love themselves only 10%, and then you own 90% of it, and you're responsible for filling up the other 90%? Or would you like your kids to love themselves 100% and shine that love on you? Or would you like them to walk around with an empty heart like 99.9% of all their parents? That's why we call it adulteration. So why don't you want your children to totally love themselves? Would you like them to only love themselves 30%? And then when you're not around, filling up the other 70%, or the rest of the family isn't doing it, then they're going to go out with a 30% filled heart, and they'll find someone that measures up to that, which might be somebody who smokes, tokes, does acid, heroin, coke, alcohol, or steals. Who knows? It's low vibrational. Why can't we give that back? You know what? It's like practitioners not training patients. It's like parents not allowing their children to totally love. But their children are all confused anyways, because when they were younger, they could poop on you, pee on you, they could throw up on you, they could goo goo gaga, they could do whatever they wanted, scream all night. And then as soon as they started walking, talking, they act like you, and they got in trouble. Not everybody. We're just talking here in general. So take in what you want, and then don't throw the rest in the garbage. Put it on the shelf and just let it sit there and let it steep for a while, okay? Just let it steep for a while. So be creative. Every statement raises your vibration and frequency. Stick to it and win, okay? Become a Braveheart. So throughout the house, you may not want to do it because guess what? We always think what people will think about us, right? Okay, I need people's approval. I take things personal. I stopped doing that a long time ago. I stopped being part of any group, any crowd. Okay? All right? Okay? I don't want to be labeled as a practitioner. I don't want to be labeled as a father. You know what? I don't want to be labeled as anything. Okay? Except maybe someone that wants to create a worldwide movement of self-love and change. Okay, so sticky notes all around the house. So it can be at eye level for adults. Do it in your office. You know what? I'm going to tell you something right off the bat. These gentle self-loving steps, for those people, some of you are going to go, oh, so childish. Well, guess what? Yeah, that's right. So childish. Because you need to release your inner child. Because that was the only time that you got close to unconditional love for yourself. I mean, you couldn't stop looking in the mirror when you were a baby in wonderment. You couldn't stop looking at yourself when you were a young child. And then you couldn't stop looking at yourself when you were a teenager until somebody told you that you were selfish. All right? And conceited. I don't know, why can't we admire ourselves? Why can't we beautify ourselves? Who are you to say I can't? You know what? I love nice clothes. Okay? I like feeling good about myself. Okay? I like taking care of myself. Just because you don't know that you're running, okay, self-hate programs on an unconditional level, so you feel that way about yourself, doesn't mean that I am not going to want to love myself, look after myself, respect myself, and protect myself. I'm going to. I'm going to. And I don't care what people think, you know? And you can think any way we want. But I used to tell my kids, the last thing I want you to do, I want you to look in that mirror before you go out and love yourself enough that when you go out, you love, respect, and protect yourself. And think about who you're hanging out with and what kind of a God-given beautiful gift you have. Don't waste it. Okay, let's get to self-loving step number 1. Self-loving step number 1, the gratitude attitude. Okay? List 3 things. This is when you wake up in the morning. Now understand, I'm going to go through these fairly quickly here now, okay? I go into detail, how to do them all. I'm not going to be doing that today. That's in the Braveheart training. Okay? But I wanted to give you, a little sampler, a teaser. Okay? All right? So self-loving step number 1, the gratitude attitude. You want to list 3 things you're grateful for before your eyes even open. Okay? While performing your lion heart breathing. So if I'm laying there, and as soon as I realize I'm awake, I go, and then I start thinking about at least 3 things I'm so grateful for. Because guess what? You know what? What's wrong with you? Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? You know what? That's a choice too, to wake up miserable, you're just having a adult tantrum that probably has lasted for 10 years. No, I don't know how long. Could be for an hour, maybe, if your family's lucky. How's that? Okay. All right. So let's keep going. Self-loving step number 2, and understand again, I'm going to say it. I go through this in detail. I show you how to do it step by step and why you would do it and when you do it. Okay. Self-loving step 2, off the hook. Practice totally forgiving and sending love to 3 people, systems, corporations, or anything in your life that you don't like. Okay. This might even be you. And if it is, remember, you must come first and foremost. So really, I would myself, look at, if you don't like your reality, then you better be putting one of those 3 people, better be you. All right? I don't care who you are. If you don't own your day and you don't own the moment, then you are judging yourself and you have decided not to forgive yourself, and you won't even know what you haven't even decided to forgive yourself for, because this could have been happened when you were a toddler. I can remember when I came home, when my parents came home one night, and it was 11 o'clock at night, and I was around, 7 or 8 years old, and the guy next door said I broke his cherry tree, and so I didn't, and so what happened was they pulled my pajamas down in front of, we had 3 boarders there, and they spanked me. I'll tell you, when they spanked me and put me back to bed, that was it. That was one of the major times that I went, when I do the mind mapping, which I'll talk about, my spirit was broken. Okay. They broke my spirit. God loved them. They didn't know better. They were trained that that's what you do. Don't ask questions. It's a child, a little bit higher vibrational than the dog. And don't ask the child to find out if the child is telling the truth or not. And don't trust the child, right? Just do it. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. If I go to a party and there's a lot of adults there and there's maybe a couple children over in the corner, you'll find me over in the corner on the floor with the children, those beautiful spirits. I will not hang out with adults, especially after the first drink. Anyways, that's me. So let yourself off the hook for things you cannot fix and are probably none of your business. And they probably were never your business. Let yourself off the hook for things you think you could have done or should have done. Because the more contaminated your beliefs are, the more guilty you become, and the more deeper and painful the hooks become. Off the hook is about eliminating self-hate and perfecting the art of forgiveness and unconditional love. So understand something. As long as you're not willing to totally forgive yourself, then you are in judgment jail. As long as you're in judgment jail, then you are not giving a high vibrational, unconditional love to the rest of your family. You cannot give what you're not. You've got, oh gosh, I hope you get this. I really hope you get this. So number 1, total self-forgiveness. Number 2, total forgiveness for others. Number 3, compassion and gratitude. Number 4, unconditional love. Okay, let's go to number 2. Self-loving step we did number 2. 1 second. Yeah, we did number 2. We're going to go to number 3. Okay? Self-loving step number 3. Visualize and affirm. Create and allow. So first we imagine, right? Imagination means visualization. Okay? We want to affirm it. What does that mean? That means we affirm it. Okay? You let it go. It's like this. Okay? I desire something. That's A. Z is me getting it. I visualize me getting it. Everything in between A and Z, I put in the hands of my creator, because my creator knows what's the best time to deliver, and if there's something better than what I'm asking for. And then I have total faith in that. I have total faith in that which created me. I have total faith in that which I serve. And then you've got to believe in yourself. And you've got to what? You've got to believe that you deserve it. And then allow it to come and be patient. And when you think of that, what you want in your life, there is no stress. If it comes up, you just go, yeah, I got this. I got this. So, spend 5 minutes at the beginning of your day visualizing and affirming what and how you wish to see your day. The perfect day, each and every day for the perfect life. Number 4, self-loving step number 4. Here it is. Snap back to the present, okay? So I'm going to read a little bit, then we're going to come back and we're going to talk, okay? Snap back to the present, lovingly snap back into alignment with your love band. This is a love band. This is a life band, okay? So this is a hair band. This is less than $1. I think it's like $1.50 for 6 or 8 or something like that. Okay. Oh, you know when you go to a dentist and they give you treats, or when you go for chemotherapy, they give you ice cream bars and hard candy to suck on made out of sugar? Well, when you come to my place, this is what you get. There's our candy bowl, right? And then I'll tell people they need to pick 5, and then I'll tell them to go home and read the Braveheart manual and start on the course, okay? So people that are local will actually drop by as an excuse to come by and get 5 more love band life bands because they're very hard to find, like almost on every corner at the dollar store. But we like to see people, and they drop by every once in a while, and we find out where they're at, okay? Okay, so lovingly snap back into alignment with your love band, life band. Okay, so I tell people that as often as you can throughout the day. Do we have a question?
Yes.
Okay, all right. We'll take a break and we'll take a question. Good afternoon.
Am I on?
Yes, you are.
Okay. This is Dave and Carol Ann. We're 63 and in fairly good health. Our issues are digestion, inflammation, and our joint problem, and we're looking for foundational items that we can begin with on a budget.
Well, right off the bat, we want to honor the large intestine. That's the first thing. But before we talk about those products, make sure you chew your food. Make sure you bless your food. And make sure that the food is plant-based, live foods as much as possible. Make sure you food combine. Make sure that you're not drinking a lot of water at the meal. Make sure you're drinking structured water if you can. And if you're a male, you want to drink 1 gallon of water a day. Female, three quarts. I'm not exaggerating here. Okay, between the EMF and all the chemicals that are going on, we have to drink that much water. So you would drink half by 11 or 12 o'clock and finish it by 4 or 5 o'clock. Okay. And as far as products go, I would definitely do the daily cleansing tea. It's inexpensive. Buy a year's supply, because if you buy a year's supply, it comes down to around $1 a day. Okay. Maybe a little bit more. And we give you 3 months free too. So it's actually longer than that. So cheaper than that, probably a little less than $1. So I would do the daily cleansing tea. I would also look at the black gold because everything is about feeding those bacteria. Understand something. What is it that the medical system go after the most? They go after your bacteria in your large intestine more than anything else in your body. It's the funniest thing. You know, in natural health care, we say that it's the second brain. In natural health care, it's 80% of your immune system. And with the medical system, they don't care. So I want you to care. I want you to really care for those bacteria because your bacteria are the most intelligent part of your body. And I won't go into that right now, but they are. You have 50 trillion cells, but you've got 500 trillion bacteria, and they're all crawling around in the last part of your small intestine and your large intestine. So you need to get that. And, take a look at your abdomen right now, sir. And I guarantee you that if you were to think about the pain throughout your body and your joints, we'll have more discomfort in our groin area and in our lower abdomen than anywhere else. And if you were to look after your lower abdomen and your groin area, okay, then you're looking after the whole human body. You do have to regulate what goes in your mouth and your mind. But so the daily cleansing tea, the black gold, and I was also look at tummy love. So we've really, really focused on that large intestine and small intestine and that whole digestive tract, because that tube is the highway to life. Okay? And then what I would suggest you do is look at our curcumin cayenne 5000, but I would get structured water, and I would go to the Doc of Detox library and read the Perfect Day Guide. And I think on page 29, we go through from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at night. Go look at that. And then in 2 weeks, when I come back here to do Braveheart Nation, hit me with all your questions. Just give me all the questions you have. Challenge me with them all. You could even give me a point form of your diet. And when I say that, understand something. People, when they say, oh, I drink water, well, understand, people do not drink water. They think they drink water. Get me a quart-sized container that you're going to fill up 3 times of the day if you're a woman, 4 if you're a man. And then also, if it fits in your budget, please put our fulvic concentrate in every drop of water. It's going to make it taste excellent. But our fulvic concentrate is the greatest detoxifier for your blood and tissues that you'll ever take. And that's hands down. We prove it right on the website. Okay. It will go in and drop off 60 to 70 minerals into the cells, and it will pick up 3 to 4 times its weight in GMOs, chemicals, lactic acid, uric acid, heavy metals. So, those products I just told you, take a look at them and tell me what you think. Do you have any other questions?
Oh, well, we're considering Braveheart, and at which point would the best time to fit that in? Would it be best to start with that, or
okay, right off the bat, just know this: you're abundant. Start with it all. Just get going, and already picture yourself as being blessed and unlimited financially, okay? And test it. But maybe you better do Braveheart, because I don't think your mind is there right now. Like, I will tell you right now, I don't have a lot of material needs except, but whatever I want, I'm going to buy. Whatever I want, I'm going to go get, because I deserve it. So when you know you deserve it, when you know that you have unlimited potential, and if you're living your passion and your purpose, trust me, then you're going to find it. It's going to happen, because you can't live your passion and purpose without helping society, without helping the world, and you will be repaid on that. But as far as the Braveheart goes, everybody out there, if you join the Braveheart, you call my office, and I promise what I'll do is I'll let you have a Braveheart buddy join on with you. Because some people, they're single or they live alone, or and they want a friend or something, or your wife is on the road, or so if you join, and we will add a Braveheart buddy with you. So that's like 2 people. So understand, Braveheart is not there because it's supposed to be our big money maker. It's there because it's supposed to make a big difference.
Okay.
Yeah. And understand something. You know what? When you start Braveheart and you actually do it, if you actually did Braveheart for a half an hour every day, by 33 days, you'd go, wow, I am the awakening. I am the light. What is wrong with that? Who's gonna put you in jail, or who's gonna put you away for that? And when you realize that you are the potential after 33 days, and if you carry on with that, in 9 months, you will birth the authentic you. It's impossible that you won't. And if you actually were to do the Braveheart and do it, and I've had people do it 3 times, just remember something: repetition is the master, and everything is a rehearsal, and there are no failures. You know what? Today I had a practitioners meeting. We do a meeting with all our practitioners and people that we train continually. And we do that every second week to support people. We're not going to let anybody fail. It's not going to happen because people aren't failures. All right? Understand something. Everything's a dress rehearsal. And whenever things aren't going your way, that's because you set the clock too quick. You let society tell you it's time for you to be here. It isn't. Just breathe, relax. There are no failures, okay? And and you never fall. And if you feel you're falling forward. Go forward with everything. This is what society has done. Everybody believes they're not good enough and that they fail their family, they fail themselves, they fail everyone. Well, you know what? I'm not taking that on. I'm not ever going to take that on. I'm going to do my loving best, okay? And I'm never going to let anybody judge me. And that's it. I'm here for my adventure. And if I allow myself to be judged by myself and by others, I'm not going to enjoy myself and I'm going to be a miserable person. So yes, do Braveheart. And when you join Braveheart, guess what? I got a surprise for everyone, but Braveheart is continually going to morph. It's going to have new surprises because that's who I am. And if you join Braveheart, you're going to go, wow, this is 100 times, it was worth 100 times my money. And it will be. With all the effort I put into it and all the effort we're still putting into it. Right now, we're working on some really big things for Braveheart. But once you join it, you're a member. You're never going to be kicked out. Nobody's going to tell you that you should have gotten it done today or this tomorrow. But the thing is just love yourself enough to do the inchworm technique and get moving forward. And do you know what people like to say to me? I'm in the process. Oh my gosh, that has got to be the biggest cop-out saying. That's the newest nouveau saying. I'm in the process. No, don't be in the process. Be in self-love. Love yourself enough to invest into yourself. And you know what? If you want to have the best relationship with your wife, your girlfriend, your husband, your boyfriend, your children, your family, then invest in yourself. You can only give the amount of love that you have for yourself. And when you give more love to someone than you are actually giving yourself, it drains you. And that's it. And you know what? And I'm gonna say this. I know I'm right about this. Okay? I've done almost 25,000 emotional consultations. I've worked on tens of thousands of cancer patients. Tens of thousands. And I can tell you right now, when a person walks into my clinic, I can tell you if they're going to heal, how long it's going to take them. But if they change one belief, they've changed everything.
Okay. That sounds like a good thing. I was also considering, in looking at your products, the nebulizer.
Oh, it's right here.
I work in a dairy, and so there's a lot of things that I'm breathing, and so I was wanting to find out if silver bullet gel can be used in the nebulizer, or
No,
if the solution can be used.
No, just use the silver bullet liquid. You can also use the fulvic eye drops. I would use both, not at the same time, but here's something I'm going to share with you. If you put a drop of ATP or a drop of divine vine or a drop of pineal in with the silver bullet or the fulvic eye drops or a drop of our ormus, okay? One drop. Start doing this. If you want to talk about the strongest immune shot you're going to get and cleaning out your lungs, cleaning out your sinuses, rejuvenating your brain tissue, and getting into your lungs and getting into your bloodstream, nothing does it better. And I would tell everyone in the world they need to start nebulizing. And when you start nebulizing, make sure that you get a nebulizer like this one. And I'll tell you why. You can see it on my website. It's 5 microns. Okay? And it's not a steamer. You don't want it heating it up. So understand something. I think this is around, on our website, around $75. And I know that the same one sells online for like $110. So we have it for $75, but don't get the one that's steaming, and it's got to be 5 microns. That's why we carry this one. And then start doing it. And I'll tell you something. I nebulize in the morning. I nebulize at night. End of story. And I will do it for the rest of my days because it's going to end up costing you about 15 cents, 20 cents a day. And it's more powerful than anything else you're going to do for getting rid of viral, bacterial, fungal. You're going to feel it right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that solution be used on the skin too?
What solution, sir?
The silver bullet solution?
Silver bullet solution. Let me tell you something. Got ringing in your ears. Fill up your ear and then rotate it like this 5 times and then back like this. Put a hot pack on top for 10 minutes and then empty it out. You will have just probably got rid of your tinnitus. Now, if you're losing your hearing, then we would have to go in and do deep tissue around here because the inflammation has caused scar tissue and it's wrapping around the inner ear and choking off your hearing. So if you've got like a rash, you could use the gel. You can spray it on your face, or you can put the silver in your eye drop, spray it in your eyes, just like the fulvic eye drops, put it in your eyes. And everybody's going to understand something. Once I do this blue light 5G conspiracy special in 3 weeks, then you're really going to find out why you need our fulvic eye drops and why you need the Tesla glasses. And the only time I don't wear them when I'm under lights like this or computers when I'm online. But the Tesla Lightwear, everybody needs to own a pair of those. Everybody needs to have the fulvic eye drops if you want to save yourself from cataracts, glaucoma, acute macular degeneration, myopia, floaters in the eyes, just even eye strain and headaches. And I'm going to show everybody, we're going to blow this thing away because that's what the blue light and 5G is being called, is the harvest. They're going to be harvesting everybody's health and everybody's money. But anyways, the silver can be used externally or internally, ears, eyes, nose, throat. Okay?
Okay, and the gel is best for the skin?
Well, only because the gel, it can sit there longer and it's got a higher concentration. You have to understand something. The micron size of our silver is very tiny, and we don't have, where they say, there's like trillions of silver particles. It doesn't have to be that way. We charge our silver up with a 1,000-volt lightning bolt, and then the silver structured, and then the micron size is so small because the smaller something is, that's the whole thing about it's traveling. And then also you could drink a whole quart of my silver all at once, and you're never going to get blue skin or toxicity from it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
My wife had upper and lower jaw surgery 20 years ago, and she's still swollen in the cheek.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. Where do you live?
Montana.
Montana, you're underneath us, aren't you? Just about 5 hours, 6 hours?
Kalispell. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, well, guess what? If you were to come here for 2 days, we would actually show you. We would go in there and break up all the scar tissue crystallization and calcification in there. And within 1 hour of your wife being here, she'd be saying, oh my gosh, I haven't felt like this in years. And then we would teach you how to do what we've done, and we'd put it on video, and then you could go home and you'll be the hero. And I'll tell you right now, I'll give you a money back guarantee that everything I just said is beyond what you believe.
I believe in you, Dr. Wolfe. So.
No, I have to keep saying this because the problem is almost everything I do is unusual. And I don't do the money back guarantee because we need more business. I'm trying to tell people that it's time that they believed in that their body's going to heal. When understand this, 90 to 95% of all surgeries never had to be done. Okay? With our Wolfe Deep Tissue Non-Surgical and with our nutritional products, because we have the highest vibrational nutritional products in the world. I'll let anybody come and challenge me on my shows any which way they want, because I've put my life into this and I make sure of it. And if they don't vibrate or something vibrates higher, then the other thing falls off the table, because we have to keep moving in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this has been an ongoing issue for her. She had to have a resurgery done because the first one didn't work out right. So
First of all, this one's not going to work out either as that one. The only way it's going to work out is if she has enough scar tissue that it actually numbs out the nerve. Okay, first of all, the scar tissue is actually wrapping itself around the nerves. So when she moves her jaw, she's creating pain and inflammation and swelling all the time on a micro level. So that's creating fibrin, which is building up more scar tissue. So in a few years, the whole jaw will become beef jerky. And then she'll have no pain, but then she won't be able to chew properly anymore. She'll either have headaches or she'll have some neurological problem or neuralgia or neuritis right through her face. So understand, like I just said, 1 hour, first hour that we're with you, whether we came there, whether you come here, it's game over. 1 hour.
I like the sound of that.
And I'm telling you, that doesn't mean it's completely done. But I'll tell you right now, you give me 10 minutes on each of one jaw and then 10 minutes on the other jaw. That's all I want. And if I could have her right now, right here, I'd prove to the whole audience that we can heal from anything. You know what? Just understand that all physical problems are scar tissue, crystallization, and calcification created by first emotion. But now, even if we correct the emotion, we got to go in and pull that beef jerky apart and get the calcium back into the bones, which we do with Megagen. And Megagen is the only calcium product in the world that has the vibration that will actually pull the calcium back into the bones. And after 9 to 12 months, a person with osteoporosis, it will be completely reversed.
Would that be good for her to start now?
Yeah, definitely. It's good for everyone. If everyone could afford Megagen, even if they could only take 1 dose a day, people can read on it. And Merigen is more for cancers. Ozogen is for children that aren't developing or have autism. And then there's Dentagen. The best one for her is Dentagen. If you want to spend the money, Dentagen is for dental and jaw problems. Okay, and she will notice a difference in a few days, probably. There you go. Because you have to understand the ionic calcium we have. It's the only patent calcium in the world. And it's not calcium. It's not a supplement. It's a treatment. It's an ion. And it actually, like a magnet, will pull all the calcification that's in all the tissues and organs in your body and actually put it back into your bones. And after 1 year of a person doing a proper dosage of the ionic calcium that we have, they will totally reverse osteoporosis. We have case history files and x-rays if anybody wants to check us out on that, of people that are in their 80s with brittle bones from taking osteoporosis drugs within 12 months, and now they have the bone structure of a 35-year-old. I talk a big story, but I've got x-rays. I've got all kinds of scientific documentation, medical documentation, and I've got thousands of case histories. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
We're going to look forward to coming up there sometime as soon as we can. So
yeah, just understand this.
Also,
your smile is still your greatest weapon. So.
Okay, and you're making me a little jealous that I wish that I had known about you a couple years ago when I had a broken leg for 10 months, trying to figure out how I could heal it. I'd lost 1.5 inches in it and ended up having to have a total hip replacement, and you're making it sound like maybe there would have been another way around after all.
Well, when your wife comes, we need to go in on your hip because your hip has tons of scar tissue around it, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way around it. You can't put a foreign object in the body without having metal toxicity and without having hyperactive scar tissue built all around the hip. It's impossible. Did you ever have a sliver in your foot?
I never have.
Have you ever had a sliver in your hand?
I have.
And how did that feel?
Not pleasant.
Well, now you have a foreign alien object in your hip. So what your body does is overcompensates by creating scar tissue to ward off the pain and to actually ward off the pain and to stop the heavy metal poisoning. But what you want to do is you still want to bring down the scar tissue. And I'll tell you right now, anybody that's had any kind of replacement, if they're not taking and drinking our fulvic concentrate in their drinking water and doing our black gold powder, then they're going to be in big trouble. You cannot end up not getting in trouble when you've had a foreign object put in your body. Okay?
Okay.
It's impossible.
On your website, do you talk about how your water is structured?
Yes, sir.
We
If you go to
have a water
if
structure.
you go to Doc
The-
of
the-
Detox, if you go to Doc of Detox
if-
library.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking forward to spending some time at your library.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Do we have another caller?
Not at this moment.
Okay. All right. So let's snap back to it. Okay. Okay. So loving snap back into alignment with your love band, life band. I tell people, also what I want them to do is people that create anxiety for themselves, or they feel the world is full of terrorism and you can't trust anyone. And, if you've got that kind of belief, then you want to set your phone for every 5 minutes. You can set it for less than that, but I would do it for every 5 minutes because you want to get out of hell as soon as you can. And set it for every 5 minutes that it just goes ding, beautiful little ding. And when that ding goes off, okay, you're going to go 3, 2, 1, I got this. 3, 2, 1, I got this. Okay. And you're going to put a slight smile on your face every 5 minutes. And you're also going to think about 3, 2, 1, I got this, and smile. And you're going to go, that's a lot. And think about where you were. Were you in the present moment? And do that every 5 minutes. You're going to go, that's a lot. That could drive me crazy. Well, I think you're crazy already. Do you want to be crazy in love, or do you want to be just crazy? Okay? So be crazy in love with yourself. All right? And understand that it's called the Life Band Love Band because, this is Power Ranger stuff for adults, right? So I've been wearing this for probably around 15 years. And, when I talk about it online, fine, but people never notice I've got this on, right? And then I'll change the colors or whatever the case may be. But where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. So understand that I'll click it when I've got like a big project going on and somebody says, hey, Darrell, listen, there's a guy in Europe and he's worth $4.5 billion and he wants to take your book and put it into 4 different languages. And he also wants you to head up his training, which is a true story. I'm going to go like this and go 3, 2, 1. I got this. I'm not going to allow myself to go back into my subconscious anxiety and nervousness. I've got this. I've got this. I was made for this. I was born for this. This is the adventure. Okay? So, yeah. So that's it. And when you go like this, 3, 2, 1, I got this. When you count backwards, okay, guess what? Your subconscious can't count backwards. Your conscious mind can count backwards because you have to think about it. So that means you're going to pull yourself from the subconscious into the conscious, and then you're going to live your dream. How many times? I mean, all you got to do is wait just for a little of anxiety to come across you, and that's it. You're going to be stuck in your subconscious. Go, no, I'm not asking her out for a date. No, I can't take the job. I'm not prepared. No, I don't want to release my book yet because it's not done yet. I don't want to do this. I want to listen. I've got people in my family that they call themselves perfectionists, but guess what? They're so scared of failing that they're never going to succeed. Okay? I need you to understand there's no failure. Okay? There is no failure. There's dress rehearsals. There's repetition. That's it. Snap to it. Get to it. Okay? All right? So, you're going to say things like, I love and approve of myself. You're amazing, Darrell. What's wrong with that? Okay? You know what? Just because you have trouble saying, I love and approve of myself, just because you have trouble saying, I'm amazing, you're amazing, just because you have trouble saying you can do this or you got this. Don't judge me just because I'm going to go do it. Don't judge me because I'm going to see my life through and live my passion and my purpose. How dare you? No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. I want you to say, yes, I can do anything that he can do, and I can do it better. You got this, okay? Because you're beautiful. You know that. You really, truly are. Okay. We're always going to run a program, so make it a love program. So decide to commit and take massive action on that program that brings you the most joy. Look at, I want to know right now, what makes you happy? What brings you joy? Don't you let your wife or your husband or your children or anybody stop you from that. If you're not hurting yourself and you're not hurting anyone else, then don't do it. And when people say you're so selfish, understand they're saying, why don't you live my life? Why don't you join my church? Why don't you join my system? Why don't you join my group? If you like me, then you'll join my group. I want you to join yourself for the first time. I want you to hook up to the real you. So dip everything in love and process through the heart-brain connection. Remember, you cannot fix a problem with the same mind that created it. Don't create a landmine, create a mastermind. You really have to check Braveheart out, guys. You know? Think about the other things that you spent in your life that are $97. You know? So, just make the leap. And then don't go, oh, well, I spent it. Now I got to do a half an hour every day. No, you don't. It's not going anywhere. It's going to sit there for you. It's going to wait patiently for you to love yourself. Okay? So self-loving step number 5. What time is it here? Okay. All right. I don't know if I'm going to get through all this today. And that's the mirror work. I'm just going to read it and then I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Okay? So self-loving step number 5, mirror, mirror on the wall. Okay? Who's the most beautiful of all? You are. You are. Start every day with mirror work. Look deep into your eyes into the mirror, okay? All right? And state the Braveheart oath 10 times. Write the Braveheart oath on a sticky note and put it on your mirror just below center where your nose is so that it is easy to read and easy to memorize. Today and every day, here we go. Today and every day, I promise to totally trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else on this planet, so help me God. Because I am, I can, I will. Today and every day, I promise to totally trust, honor, and respect myself. All right. So, can you do it? Can you get up in the morning? Can you do that? Can you look in your eyes? If you can't say it out loud because your wife is going to judge you, your husband's going to judge you, or you're scared that somebody may not approve of you, then whisper it to yourself. But anything you say out louder and prouder is going to go deeper and stronger. So just know that. I'm telling you something, the mirror works so powerful. I bet you can't. And every time that you say it, or just say this, look in the mirror and go, Darrell, I love and approve of you. Darrell, I love and approve of you. Or, Darrell, I promise to love, trust, and honor you. And every time you say it with more heart, more intensity, and look in that mirror and you mean it. Don't say it fast. Don't say it shallow. This is the most important love relationship you're ever going to have with yourself on this planet, with a human being, okay? All right? Understand that. So self-loving step number 5B. Okay, driving it home. Mirror work whenever you get in and out of your vehicle. Align first and then take action. So you know what? When you get in your vehicle, you have to first do, before you put your car into reverse or drive, whatever that is, you can start the car if it's cold out. What you're going to do is you're going to go and you're going to look in the mirror, adjust that mirror, and you're going to go, I love you, Darrell. You're amazing. And you got to say Darrell. No, you don't. I'm just kidding. Okay, so whatever your name is, you're going to do it. Or life is amazing. Or I can do this. I got this. And never go home with anything but total love. Okay? Never. So remember, before we put the car in drive, before we leave, we're going to do this. And before we turn the car off, we're going to do our mirror work. And we're going to look in the mirror and we're going to get ourselves centered in love. So when we walk in that door to see our wife and children, we are bringing in the best of us. We are bringing in the love. We're going to wipe our mind off at the door and we're going to bring only love home. Okay? Braveheart way. Self-loving step 5C. Love on the fly. Mirror work. Every bathroom visit, you're going to go after you pee, after you do whatever, your makeup, brush your teeth, whatever you do in the bathroom, you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to do what? You're going to go, hey, beautiful. Really? Come on, play with it. Oh, he's so childish. That's right, I am a child. I'm going to release my inner child because the world is my sandbox, not my kitty litter. And I'm not going to be an adult because guess what? Adults get adulterated. I'm not going to be like that, okay? I just want to help lead the way, have fun, joke around, have a good time. Do you mind if I have a good time while I'm doing the things I'm doing? And do you mind while the world is beating up on itself, do you mind if I just sit here and have a good time with myself? I don't know what's wrong with that. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. The family curse. If somebody's suffering in the family, I got to suffer too. Well, then when would I ever get a break? That's why I'd be sick. Do you ever notice that people who suffer for their family, they're sick? They don't have a great life. They have a miserable life. And guess what? Guess who gets the award? He who suffers the most loves the most. Who made that rule? Who made that rule up? The last thing I want to do is when somebody's suffering in my family, I want to be the joy in their life. I want to be the person that helps them push through their fears. All right? And if I can't take action, I'm not going to give them a reaction because I'm the negative. Remember what I said at the beginning here? Cancer patients don't have a chance today because guess what? Everybody else in the family is contaminated, conflicted, and corrupted. So if you have cancer, it's like, oh my God, death sentence. Oh my God, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Oh my God, I don't know what to do. Let's just go and get the thing cut out and get it irradiated. Chemotherapy. Poison. So, I don't know. We're vibrational beings. Why wouldn't you want to bring up your vibration? Because you put yourself in judgment jail. So mirror work every bathroom visit. Hey, beautiful, you're amazing. Or I got this. Or I love and approve of myself. Make it up. Come on, make yourself happy. What's wrong with that? Go back into the bathroom if you forgot to do your mirror work. This is not a punishment. This is a mission of love. Use any affirmation that makes you the master of creation. You know what? It is so great to not worry what anybody thinks about me. You know what that feeling feels like, that you don't care what people think about you. Now, did you get what I said though? I don't care what people think about me, but I care about people. I don't care if people think badly about me because I'm teaching total self-love, total unconditional love and forgiveness for myself and for others. If people want to judge that, I perfectly understand, and I will not judge them for it. You know what? In this world and the beliefs and the corruption that's going on, people like me, we're weirdos, okay? Okay, and we're trying to start some kind of cult, or maybe we're the devil. That's it. So I've gotten all kinds of things. I've gotten letters that you're pretending, you're just, I won't even say it. They don't say the devil, they say something else. Or they say that I'm just using this to try to draw people in. So whatever that is, if they need to say it, they need to do that. I understand that because they got to feed their beliefs. And the beliefs is that they're not going to unconditionally love themselves. And I get it. Okay, self-loving step number 6, bedtime mirror work. Before bed, do your bathroom mirror work. Thank you, God, Creator, Source, for such a beautiful day. I love myself so much. Thank you for this life. Make it up. Repeat this affirmation 10 times out loud if you possibly can, okay? With passion and intention from your heart while looking deep into your eyes, okay? If you can't say it out loud, we already talked about that. Say it to yourself, okay? Self-loving step number 7, bedtime gratitude. Before you sleep, state 3 things you're grateful for from that day, okay? 3 things you're grateful for from that day. Gratitude is attitude. Rise to your greatness. I'm grateful for another day on the planet. I'm grateful for being the hero of my day and the light for my family. I'm grateful for that I'm an eternal self-loving being. Listen, and the other thing is, I also want you to do, if you're up to it, I want you to totally forgive 3 people or 3 things that you're hating on, because you are running a self-hate program and you don't understand that you're using these things to feed the monster. Soon as you stop hating on something, you stop hating yourself, because that's what you're actually doing. Self-loving step number 8, calendar tracking. Track and chart your pain body programs. Everybody's got a pain body program. We already talked about that. Every emotion that you have, if it's a negative one, done long enough and strong enough, will create inflammation in a certain part of the brain, which will then trigger a disease in a certain part of the body. Did you get that? Don't believe me, but look up New German Medicine. That is the most detailed, in-depth research ever been done on disease and cancer. Check it out. Medical system won't recognize it. Who cares? Who cares? I don't care, because the medical system is not health care. And anybody who goes there, anyways, don't get frustrated when you go to see a medical doctor. They've been trained. The average that they got in health and healing was 19 hours. So don't beat up on them. They're not there for health and healing. They're there for surgery, drugs, chemo, radiation. You know what they're there for. So I say to you, don't blame them. You are just picking the treatment that vibrates at the level you love yourself. On an unconscious level, not on a conscious level. So understand that. Because I did tell you, your subconscious rules, fools, and schools you. So you want to track your pain body programs. Track and chart your pain body programs and those you are close to, and you will come to realize that we are robots programmed for pain. End the pain game and strive. Let me tell you something, guys. Until you want to totally forgive yourself and you want to forgive others and you want to let that go, you are not going to see a tumor melt. You're not going to see a joint pain go away, a sore throat go away, migraines go away. Do I need to keep going? Eye strain go away. I can't see straight. Yeah, I know you can't, because you can't think straight. I can't stand on my own 2 legs. I know you can't. One of them's bummed up. Everything is emotional. I got a gut feeling. I know you do. I'm sick to my stomach. I know you are. Can't swallow that. I know you can't. You give me a headache. I know I do. And there we go. Self-loving step number 9, couples connection. Open yourself up to the presence of total love between you and your partner, or you and yourself, with the couples connection and self-love connection, and bring your love to the highest possible level. Okay? So what is that all about? Well, let me put it to you this way. I'm not going to go into it in detail. But if I wanted to have a beautiful relationship, which I do, and I do, so I did. With, you know what? Did you ever notice that, yes, we're husband and wife, but are we lovers? Are we best friends? Are we spiritual partners? Okay? I don't know. If you want to get there, then what you do is you can go on the ground. The man would put his legs out like this, and then the woman would face him and she'd put her legs over top of his. And then you're holding each other's hands, looking in each other's eyes. And let me see if you can do that for 5 minutes. I tell everyone to do it for 10 or 20 minutes. and then talk for 10 minutes after, and then do that for 33 days. Watch your whole life change. Okay, are you on the verge of divorce? Is there someone, one of your wife or your husband that's really sick? Watch when you do this. When you have financial problems, watch when you do this. Look at, if you want to make things strong in your relationship, then go into each other's eyes, go into each other's hearts, and find out that the other person totally loves you. They're not judging you. That everything's getting mixed up because you're not communicating on a spiritual level. Okay, if you're not willing to feed the spirit, then you're going to starve the body and you're going to starve the relationship. Okay? That's it. So anyways, there's more. Look at. I go into complete detail on this, okay? On chapter 2 of the videos. And then I go through a lot of this throughout the whole Braveheart. The Braveheart's like 34 hours long. And like I said, don't let that scare you. It's piece by piece. Okay, this is 37 years of my training put into 38 hours to help you just become the most amazing person. Okay, so loving step number 10, family connection. Introduce your family to the art of creative visualization by inviting your family to join you on your new journey, okay, by building a vision board or collage. Teamwork makes the dream work. Come together, hug, and melt hearts together and breathe in life, okay? So understand something. If there was 4 in a family, you'll get a big board and you can have 1/4, you have 1/4, and you do this dream board and you put everything on it. Please, if you've got young kids or even teenagers, do it. Get everybody involved. And then do it and then put it up for maybe 2 weeks and then you can put it away. Put it away for a year, then bring it out in a year and then let your children see it. Let everyone see it and watch how their dreams are coming true. Okay? All right. Step number 11, recall healing. Okay, this one here and mind mapping are the most important ones. Okay? I'm going to we're almost done for today. These, you will never get the essence of what I'm going to be telling you right now until you do the course, the training. But I'm going to try to just go over it lightly. Recall healing. Recall healing and mind mapping unlock the hidden secrets of illness and disease by identifying the underlying emotional conflicts and traumas that created this negative condition or behavior in the first place. Okay? All right? And then mind mapping number 12. Mind mapping is where we retrace, erase, replace, and create the real you, the authentic you. Create a new map of reality of your past and super boost your life for the rest of your life. You're not your story until you make it yours. Rewrite life story, creating a new true reality map for you. I want you to understand something. It first starts off as a rumor. And then the rumor gets repeated. Okay? And then it becomes a story that everyone knows. And then we keep doing it through the generations. And then it becomes a ritual. And then it becomes a habit. And it's habits. And those habits, whether they're negative or positive, will destroy us or give us the most amazing lives of our life. Let me tell you something. I'll tell you right now short because we've been going on here for quite a while, like an hour and 40 minutes. And I'm sure that those of you who are hanging in here, you're real brave hearts. But mind mapping is where you find a quiet place. I'm not going to go into all of it. And what you're actually doing is you're finding a quiet place and you go back to the first memory that you can remember as a child. And then you think about all those memories. But before we do that, we'll list our celebrations and our traumas because that will help us to create a map to go back. Because we're going back to rewrite history, not to a garbage dump. We're not going to go in and bring the garbage forward. We're going back to rewrite history because I will tell you, when you do the Braveheart long enough and strong enough, and you do this mind mapping and recall healing, You're going to go back and see things the way they really were. And you're going to end up not blaming your parents, not blaming society, not blaming your peers, not blaming the medical system, not blaming the government, because they are who they are. And you are going to be able to release and let go. And you'll also see stories where you did blame your parents, and you understand, and you will understand. They did the best they could. They loved you with every ounce of their being. But who's going to end the family curse? Are you going to? Are you going to get into this unconditional love and totally forgive and allow them and set them free and set yourself free and end the family curse so that you can teach that to your children, so that they can teach that to their children, and so that we can find inner peace, because that's the only peace we're going to have on this world? Anyways, these steps are really powerful. Mind mapping and recall healing. It's really powerful. I did that. I did the recall healing where I went back, and I did that 5 times, and each time I did it for approximately 4 to 8 hours, depending how long I could do it. Just as the sun was going down, you make yourself comfortable. You get yourself a couple cups of coffee with some black gold in it, and you go in with an open heart and an open mind, and you go to work. And you go to work eliminating those beliefs that no longer serve you, so that you can end up serving yourself and serving everybody and truly being a blessing to the planet. You already are a blessing to the planet, but understand something. Until you rewrite history the way it truly is, the way it truly is, not the way we think it is, and then until you find your authentic self, and you can't do that until all the beliefs that you have in your mind are ones that have been dipped in love, unconditional love. So get rid of the dysfunctional beliefs from systems, corporations, parents, and peers. You're not dishonoring them. Honor yourself. Honor your children's children, your friends, your family. Be the light. Be brave enough to people go, what, we're not good enough for you anymore? What? You don't like the way we eat anymore? You don't like drinking anymore? Or whatever. Why can't you just honor yourself? And then you're going to have to be brave enough to let those people go that don't want to honor you and what you're doing, because you're going to find out who your true friends are, who your true family is. And guess what? We're not ever going to judge them. It doesn't matter what you think of me. I'm going to love you anyway. I'm Dr. Darrell Wolfe. Have a Braveheart day every day. Good night now.